This is the Hazardous Hooligan, and in today's video, we will be doing a review and demo of the Immortal Mask's Cypher Silicone Mask. Let's get right into it. This mask is really awesome. You know, from every single detail of this mask, this isn't plastic or metal, this is silicone, full squishy silicone, and you have the lights in there, and I will get into the different animations and colors of that light afterwards. You can see his teeth, which are acrylic, and those are better than a lot of companies do silicone teeth. Now, there's nothing wrong with silicone teeth. They just look slightly less realistic because they squish down on themselves if you bite down. And you can see it's an exaggerated chin, and there's no foam or anything in there. It's just pure silicone. This is actually a fairly light mask for how much silicone there is. They have a good job. Besides the kilowatt mask, which is one of the heaviest masks ever, this mask is really light, and it looks like it would be heavier than it actually is, which is a great way to deceive your audience that is going to be seeing a performer in this mask. And this is a full head silicone mask, and you can see it goes all the way down to the about middle chest area, and then on the back you can see it goes down to the back area. And here are the power. This is the power bank, and here's the controller for the lights in the top of the mask. And it was a really cool feature is they're so detailed here. They have things you might not see, you know, under a costume. It's just the amount of detail Immortal Masks does is so crazy. They go a whole other level. And, you know, for the price you get, which is $800, with the lights, it's a steal. Because, you know, the lights and the engineering that goes into how they put them in there, you can't beat it. This mask was designed by Andrew Freeman, but it was sculpted by Kodai, and I'll leave a link to their respective Instagrams in the description below. Now, this whole design of creature kind of reminds me of the Chimera from Resistance: Fall of Man, and I love that game. It's a great series, and this creature reminds me of what those aliens look like. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, that would be great for my haunted house. I need it. And, you know, they really revolutionize masks. They have a very high expectation for the groundbreaking. They have a mask with a LCD screen in it, right? It's similar to this design, but it's just so cool, right? They have a very technology-based mask because they want to differentiate themselves from other silicone mask companies. And that's another way with these teeth, it differentiates them from other mask companies because of that. It's more realistic. And I really love that about Immortal Mask. This mask has a crazy amount of detail, so I'm gonna do a 360 so you can really see all of those smaller details. You can see the wounds, first of all. He has these realistic flesh wounds in the chest area that you might see if you have a collar popped or something like that. And you can see that there's veins, some of them more into the skin than others, and some are popping out a little bit more. There's some moles all over him, and there are just an incredible amount of vein work, and you can see some tendons and the muscular structure. It's just a really all-around detailed mask. I'm going to cycle through all the colors and modes so you can see the variety of different things you can do with this mask. So first I'll do colors, and then I'll do the different modes. So here's the purple or magenta color, then there's a pinkish red, and then there's all of these. These ones actually move, so they kind of cycle through different colors. And this back to red, and then there is a yellow or an orange. Then this is more of a true yellow, and then we have a green. We have a cyan, and then back to blue, and then back to purple. So now we'll swap through the different modes here. So this is like an eye one almost. Then there's the one I was using earlier, which is like a scanning. Then there's this one, which I think is pretty cool. Here's another kind of scanning one. This one's pretty cool too. This is a multicolor one here. This is then back to the regular color there. And then we can go back to this one, and then there's this one. So you can do a lot with this mask, and it's a very versatile mask. Now, this mask is the pale version, and they do have different paint jobs depending on which one you like. There's a blue version, there's the pale one, which is this one, there's the flesh pattern one, and then there's the wasteland one. But if you don't feel like any of those, For an extra fee, you can always get one custom, so you can be as creative as you want with the paint job. Now, if you do for some reason have a problem with your mask paint rubbing off or anything like that, Immortal Masks has a great customer service. They also are very highly recommended by me and many other people. They have a great reputation, so I'm sure they'll be able to help you out in some way. For those that don't know how to put on a silicone mask, I will demonstrate how you put on a silicone mask right now. So if you have any jewelry on your face, nose piercings, anything like that, you're probably going to want to take it off just so it doesn't tear the inside of the mask. If it's sharp enough, it will, or cause discomfort. And glasses or anything like that you want to take off too. Contacts are fine though. So you're going to want to put both hands in this and stretch out the back of the mask like this. Start at the top of the head, push down, and then make sure you kind of move your hands down to the jaw area, but don't pull too hard on the jaw. And then voila, the mask is on. Now, if it's uncomfortable in any way, just pull on certain parts, but make sure you don't pull on the mouth area or the ear area. This mask doesn't have ear holes, but certain ones do. So mask holes anywhere, nose, eyes, ears, you don't want to really pull on because there's a chance of ripping. But what's good about Immortal Masks is on the inside of all their masks, they have a netting that prevents ripping for the most part. Now, you can really see the amount of movement I can get out of this mask here. See? It's a very wide range. You know, you can go back and forth, and it moves realistically. It's really like a second skin. Now, you know, up, down. Now, if you're wearing something over this mask, you won't have this kind of pull up here. It just needs some pressure. So if you put your hand here, you can see like that, and it moves very realistically. Now, this mask has surprisingly great vision. You can't really tell where you see out of. You see right under here, there's slits in there. It is a little obstructed, but compared to a few other masks I've had, it is really good vision. You know, you get a wide view, others being it's just kind of like a pinhole view. You can still see out of those, but significantly less than you can see out of this, which is surprising. It's a great mask all around. You might be wondering, where can I use this awesome mask? Now, in a laboratory type theme, right? A post-apocalyptic theme, a sci-fi theme, anything like that. Now, it can't go for every theme. You couldn't put them in a zombie apocalypse for the most part. It's depending on the paint job, really. I guess you could get a zombified version done. That would be pretty cool. But in the paint jobs they have on their website, it's pretty much only the ones I listed. This was the Hazardous Hooligan, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I really enjoy reading them. And let me know if you have this guy and what you think about him. And I'll see ya in the next video.